Welcome to the Wrestling Still Cool podcast. My name's Cam. That's Mark.
Hey, y'all. Appreciate you joining in.
So we're here to cover the 2005 Armageddon pay-per-view from WWF, or WWE at the time, that took place on December 18th, 2005 from the Dunkin' Donuts Center in Providence, Rhode Island. This is the sixth time that they've had a Armageddon pay-per-view. And this one's synonymous and well known because this is the time that Bob Orton bled when he had hepatitis C and got himself ousted because of The Undertaker. That's one person you do not want to piss off.
Pretty much wrong decision on having Cowboy Bob Orton there and getting physical, bleeding. Wasn't a very good idea. Very dangerous. Wasn't very smart.
And this is a couple. This is a couple years.
Oh,
sorry. Go ahead.
I was saying, it's Undertaker's in his rights. You get all pissed off. That's all I'll say.
Right. And this is a couple years into the Undertaker being the dead man again, away from the biker Big Evil character. Right.
Close enough, about a year and a half, whatever. So, yeah, pretty much it was an extremely long time. Yeah.
And one of the videos I actually found today on YouTube is they're talking about the Undertaker's legacy when he was the biker gimmick. And they're talking about how when he became the dead man again, he retained a lot of characteristics from when he was the biker, like the pants and a little bit more mobility and things like that.
Some of the pants, not all the pants. He eventually also did different pants when he was the biker gimmick. Well, depends on what that biker gimmick it is. If it's American Badass, no, he wore jeans mainly. But if it's Big Evil, then yeah.
They mainly show clips of the Big Evil when they were talking about it.
Big Evil, two times he wore leather pants, and then he also had tights on eventually. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, just some people like the Dead Man Ank. Some people like that Big Evil character a lot too. Some people do. Some people like the American Bass. People like Dead Man. He had a lot of good gimmicks.
See, I lump American Badass, Dead Man Inc., and Big Evil all together because I guess it would be like I consider them all the non-Dead Man characters.
Pretty much when he wasn't dead, he was alive.
Pretty much. And it's actually one of the things I would like to have seen a comeback in the later years. That variation, just a very pissed off Undertaker. But teach its own. The pre-show match, which it aired during Sunday Night Heat, because those of you that have only been watching it in the PG era and realistically during the network era, they like to call it the kickoff show. Well, back before they called it Heat. Jamie Noble faced Funaki. We can't really rate this because we can't find the match.
I didn't realize there was a Heat match. I didn't realize that.
I mean, there was a Heat match, but it was you're talking about the show. There was a Heat match on the pay-per-view that was a Heat.
Oh, I know. I just didn't realize it was. That's all.
Pun intended. So the first match that is aired on the network is Bradshaw versus Matt Hardy. This was Bradshaw and Jillian Hall, which I mainly remember Jillian Hall from when she was the annoying singer gimmick. I don't remember her as the image consultant. But basically Bradshaw was running roughshod. You could tell he was the heel. And honestly, the Matt Hardy was supposed to be the sympathetic babyface. But if you watch the match, you would not get that. It was basically like a squash match where I don't like JBL as JBL. I can respect him as JBL because he was a dick and he knew how to be a heel. But the iteration that I like is the APA version, but that was more Bradshaw, and he does have a wicked clothesline. That's a great finish for the clothesline from hell. I actually even thought when Wade Barrett was part of WWE that he should have added a variation of it because it would have worked for him. Either way, he mocked Matt Hardy, the actual relationship BS that he was dealing with between Lita and Edge. Yeah, I was not a fan of this match. I am not a fan of squash matches during pay-per-views, so I gave this a 3.
So you gave it a 3, huh? I gave that a 5.7, 5.7. Strictly, I understand. I'm not a big fan of squash matches myself. It was really had this fairly compelling story into it, and the center around it, and of course Matt Hardy's latest character, Matt Hardy will not die. I just felt like it would be a match that even back then I'm sure I would have watched that right there, wouldn't left seat, and it was just compelling all the way around for that much. Wasn't the best match, of course, but that's just how I was drawn to it. I felt like it was a good story around it. As it was, the storyline was good. So, yeah, that's why I went 5.7.
I respect your position on it, absolutely, but man, I don't know. This would have been for Matt Hardy. This would have been the best thing to have him win and come up on top of him. JBL, especially all the harassing he did, because Matt Hardy is somebody that I put into a basket of someone that knows how to reinvent himself.
Oh yeah, by far. He's one of the better ones out of that.
So it's kind of weird. Jeff Hardy is definitely the risk taker. But between the two, Matt is the creative one.
Yes.
Matt is able to. He was able to become Big Money Matt, Matt Hardy version 1, Broken Matt. You know, he was able to constantly reinvent himself, almost like Jericho. Not quite to the level of Jericho, but he was always able to reinvent himself and make something interesting out of a character and basically out of nothing.
Yeah. I think Jeff Hardy's creativity is more around the art.
Yeah.
Music side of him. His character doesn't necessarily evolve. I mean, he's had different sides of him, different characters, but character evolution, creativity, gone more to Matt Hardy. So, yeah.
Jeff Hardy basically since 2001 has been basically the same character.
One thing he's changed himself was his brother Nero, and that was Matt Hardy's probably decision.
Yeah, that was Matt Hardy's dealing. I can't credit him for that.
And also he was the other character in TNA, I think it was.
Okay, right, Willow.
Yeah, Willow. Other than that, he's been. I mean, he evolved himself early days in WWF. Or his early days. Back in the 97, 96, when he was kind of jobbing pretty much. And by 98, when he started coming around a little bit more. And they were pretty much mainstays in 99. So, yeah, that's actually going to call out. And that's just more evolution days. But I know what you mean by that, though. Matt Hardy nailed it. Evolution, okay. Evolution, as far as evolving. His evolution is the time of evolving, so I was
going to really question why you thought Jeff Hardy was in Evolution.
No, the evolution of Jeff Hardy. That's what I mean.
Okay, I got you. Wrestling needs to come up with better names where you don't think of that.
Well, they think of an idea and they run with it, usually. So,
just like when people will talk about Randy Orton's legacy, are you talking about him as a wrestler, or are you talking about him with DiBiase and Rhodes?
Well, Randy Orton's legacy, that's his legacy. If you're talking about Randy Orton in legacy, it's different.
Right. But you know what I mean. It's just those names.
Yeah.
Like, how often are you going to say aces and eights in wrestling versus how often are you going to say evolution? Or revolution, for that matter.
Well, revolution is different.
Well, revolution... That was in WCW, wasn't it? With Benoit, Malenko, Saturn, Shane Douglas.
I don't remember that one, honestly.
It was basically everyone that was the Radicals except for Eddie Guerrero. And then so the Radicals. When I saw the Rascals in TNA, I thought it was basically saying the Radicals. But
who's in the Revolution? You said Benoit, who?
Benoit, Malenko, Shane Douglas, Perry Saturn, and like 2 other people.
So we got
Guerrero,
some of the Radicals and some of them not the Radicals.
yeah. Well, Shane Douglas was originally supposed to come over with the Radicals, but no one in WWE wanted him.
And then you had Malenko and Saturn and Guerrero inside the Revolution, right?
Yeah. So the only one that wasn't part of it was Eddie Guerrero because he was part of LWO.
Oh, okay. They said Guerrero was in the Revolution, like you said.
No. It's Shane Douglas, Malenko, Benoit, and Saturn. There's a couple others and I can't remember them.
What year was that?
99, 2000.
If it was around that time frame, especially around 2000, especially, I was like in and out of WCW. I didn't watch a lot because it started getting to where it was just too over top, stupid.
Yeah,
I was watching it, wasn't as much as I used to at that time frame.
The Revolution was Shane Douglas, Benoit, Malenko, Saturn, and Asia.
Okay, I remember a little bit. I remember Asia, but yeah, that's probably about time frame I was kind of in and out of WCW.
I mainly remember it because I turned on WWE and I saw them sitting there. I'm like, whoa, Revolution is in WWF? And then I realized Shane Douglas wasn't there, and then Shane Douglas became... He started leading a different group, and I can't remember. Maybe it was the New Blood?
Could have been.
Shane Douglas was a good wrestler that he kept making the situations worse to where people don't want to deal with him.
Yeah. So it was kind of weird to call him part of the New Bloods, as he wasn't what's called new.
Right. I think he was part of the New Blood. I think the only reason he was part of it is because he was an ECW guy, so he wasn't like, a Kevin Nash, a Hulk Hogan,
Oh, I get that. I mean, he spent time in the WWF as well. That's why that's just like, it's just kind of odd to call him part of the New Bloods. That's just why I'm looking at it. But
wasn't Buff Bagwell part of the New Blood? He wasn't part of the Millionaires Club.
he might have been. I don't think so.
Yeah, we're going on a long tangent here.
Yeah, I know. We're like, what are you all talking about? Anyways.
I think we only got through the first. Yeah, we only got through the first match. So the next one was Mercury and Nitro with Melina, Eminem, which they played clips of Melina servicing Batista before his match.
Yep.
And they played a clip where the Mexicools, Psychosis and Super Crazy, try to get the same treatment, and then they started with this match. With the Mexicools, why lawnmowers? Like, oh, man.
You can go into that story, but people may not like the answer.
It just feels like it's tone deaf. Like, Vince McMahon, oh, you're Mexican. Oh, you like to cut grass. I'm going to put you on lawnmowers.
It kind of leads to, honestly. I'm guessing that would be the only thought process in that order. They do like cut grass a lot. Sorry, I sounded terrible, but you go down the street.
WWE and Vince McMahon likes to play to stereotypes, absolutely, and I 100% agree. To a certain extent, stereotypes are funny.
They can be,
but lawnmowers, like, because Guerrero coming in on a in that what's it called, lowrider car with it bouncing, that's technically a stereotype, but it doesn't make the dude look stupid. The guys running in on lawnmowers makes them look stupid.
Yeah, I was alright with the Mexicools. I mean, I thought it was interesting, but this can't be.
I like the Mexicools as the wrestlers.
It was interesting with the lawnmowers too. It was interesting. It makes entertainment. It's part of what it is. I mean, I wasn't too down on it, but I thought it was entertaining to me. But
I got you. I
don't know. I said they play sometimes stereotypes. So they had a couple rednecks in there chewing tobacco. Hey, there you go. It's the same difference.